In the most unexpected manner, the Super Eagles of Nigeria have crashed out of the ongoing African Cup of Nations in Cameroon. Having won all their group matches and qualified for the second round as table topper, Nigerians expected the team to beat Tunisia, who qualified by virtue of best losers slots after finishing third in their group. But the Covid-19 ravaged Tunisians outsmarted and eliminated Nigeria with 1-0 victory in Garoua. Yesterday, Babajide, I don't know, I was quite expectant, and the first game, second game, as if we were gathering momentum, realizing the fact that, look, it took them very short time to assemble this team, and what we have. Let me allow Emmanuel. What do you make of that game?
I mean, it's not hard to know that everyone is disappointed, especially with the bright start the team had at the competition, where that win over Egypt got everyone to notice them, and they complemented it with wins over Sudan and Guinea-Bissau to qualify. But of course, when you achieve some level of success, especially early into a competition like this, it's like a C finish, because the opponent will now begin to study you, where your strength lies and where they could actually explore. And unfortunately for Nigeria, we served into that pot or pit yesterday, because one, the starting 11 that played yesterday was the same starting 11 that started against Egypt and Sudan. And that gave the Tunisian an opportunity to say, okay, cut out the wing play, shook the middle, and you have the game under control. That was the exact thing they did. We can't take anything away from the boys. A spirited performance, even though it ended in disappointment, but we can still look back and say, yes, we got things wrong in this place and we could fix it ahead of the World Cup qualifying.
But actually, is this the difference they're talking about? You know, having a foreign technical advisor and a home-based coach. Because if the strategy was to get out the guys in our flanks and they were able to do it, and our coach could not switch to plan B or plan C immediately to salvage the situation.
I was very disappointed. You see, this team, the problem was the attack. There was no cohesion in the attack, and I talked about it on Friday when we were arguing blindly over other issues here. I kept saying it, that I had never seen a Super Eagles team as wasteful as this team. In attack, they are extremely wasteful. Where a player can see another player in good position, give him that pass, do more of one touch football in front of the opponent's D. No, our players will prefer to dribble. And the two wingers, you saw what they were doing yesterday. Even when it was clear that Moses Simon was being double teamed, every time he had the ball, two players would go and narrow him to that towards that line. He continued to play the same way, trying to take them on. Every time he tried to dribble them, they took the ball from him. He didn't change his style. He kept taking them on, and you had a narrow space to operate. They had blocked you. It was the same way. The marking was close. One person will first go to you, and then another person will go and offer support to the person who had gone to you first. Where are you? How are you going to meander your way through them? You are not Messi. Even Messi, despite the fact that he's a fantastic dribbler, is still one of the best passers of the ball in world football. Because it's not every time that dribbling will provide the opening for you. We just didn't realize that. We can praise Sadiq, that Sadiq came in, he showed fighting spirit, but it was still not team play. He was trying to dribble them just the way others were doing. You need to play, you need to have teamwork. You may have all the talent in the world. If you don't have teamwork, you will never win. I've seen Israel, not respected in world football, defeat France, coached by Platini.
Yeah, we saw Greece at the Euros in 2004.
They eliminated France from the World Cup. We see that happen. Greece, that was not even supposed to be at a tournament, won it. We also saw Denmark, that did not qualify for Euros until Yugoslavia was banned. come to win the tournament. So the fact that you did well in the group stages, they should have looked at some of the mistakes that they made in those group games and worked on them. But that was not what we saw.
Was the time too short for Augustine Iguavon to do a kind of SWOT analysis on these guys?
Well,
to check their strengths, their weaknesses?
We must credit Iguavon at least for taking up the responsibility after Genaro was fired. But I think the success they achieved early, just like Ravaged rightly pointed out, they did not do a review of what they did right and what they should improve on, and it cost them dearly against the Tunisians. So the Tunisians came into that game knowing that they had nothing to prove. They finished as one of the best third place team. They were not the big team. A lot was expected from Nigeria, and then they came into the game, stuck to their plans. Even they played the card of saying they had many of their team members down with COVID-19. But what we saw yesterday was more of their first team in action, because you have a Misakni, you have a Kabi Waziri, you have all the key guys still playing. So I think the lesson here.
Let me pause it there. We'll just take this breather. When we come back, we'll talk more. We're still on the Super Eagles adventure in Cameroon. This is Journalist Hangout, and we are looking at the ongoing Nations Cup. Super Eagles out. I'm not going to watch that tournament. Yes, I'm not interested in watching any other club apart from the Super Eagles. Now, when we're looking at the time frame Coach Augustine Iguavon had with these guys and how he was able to understand them and his selection.
Well, time is not really the issue, because this is a crop of players who have been playing together for about 4 or 5 years under Genaro, save for maybe 1 or 2 other players who came in to join the team. Yes, the absence of key players like Victor Osimhen, maybe to an extent Odion Igalo, although Odion has been out of the team for a while, but of course his leadership and experience have been very, very crucial for this team at this tournament. But against Tunisia, I think 3 factors that Ravaged pointed out, which I would just want to mention again as the key issues. Number 1, overconfidence on the part of Nigeria. Nigeria are bullish in that game, losing opportunities when they know that this is the knockout stages. There won't be any case for adjustments again. Number 2, the tactical point of view from the bench. The manager should have twitched things a bit earlier when they saw that the Tunisians were playing the card that we were already known for. And number 3, I have my issues with Wilfred Ndidi, surprisingly. Wilfred Ndidi is, at least, I don't like to pick up players, especially in issues like this, because I know that Wilfred Ndidi is one of our world-class players. And as much as I respect him so much, I look forward to him becoming one of the biggest midfielders in the world. He had some close-range opportunities to shoot point-blank shots, and his efforts to me were just below par. I mean, this is something that the likes of Sunday Ulisse were known for across the world. I mean, look at what
Sunday Ulisse against Nigeria, Spain.
I mean, it shows that some of our players must take their game to the next level. It's not just being a local hero. Yes, we appreciate them when they do well, but they should understand that football has gone global and they should step up their game when it matters the most.
But actually, where are we going from here? World Cup qualifiers, and we have a new coach, and Augustine Iguavon is still there. And particularly this team, what can be done to make sure that they perform better?
If we have a good coach, this is still the most star-studded team in Africa. Yes, I can defend it. We have the best players in Africa currently. World-class player. When it comes to enforcers in the English game, I think after N'Golo Kante, the next is Ndidi. And we all know that he is very good at what he does, but he has never been a good shooter. I think since I've been watching him for Leicester, I've only seen 1 goal scored by him. His whole job is to stop people from scoring. So my hope was not on him. But I felt that even yesterday, Haribo was playing too deep. We have taken the match to them a lot more. And we should have been going for precise passes to penetrate the opponent's defense. But we rely too much on those wingers. When we were not going to them, you will see Trustekong loading the ball, sending the ball high into the opponent's area. The whole way Nigeria used to play. Of course, their central defenders dealt with it. So, with a good coach, he will be able to get the best out of this team. You can't have the Osimhens of this world. You can't have Emmanuel Dennis and say that you don't have good players. You can, and that defense is solid. The central midfield too is solid. We lost the match in attack. In one-on-one situations, they hardly beat our players. We were solid. And just as Akin said, from the first half, he should have made changes. Because it was clear, their strategy was clear to us. But we continue to play the same way. Now, I heard our coach saying that, that the Tunisians were tactical. He used that word to describe them as tactical. That's a massive shame. That's over-complimenting a team that lost 2 of his 3 matches. If the Tunisians...
1 point.
Yeah, they lost
to the best losers.
They actually lost to Gambia by the whisker. They lost to Gambia, lost to Mali.
So you are saying they were very tactical.
There was no tactical superiority from their side. It was just ineptitude on our own part not to control the
game. We were not.
They actually even respected us in the early stages, sitting back, allowing us, and that is what we should have taken the game to them. And just like Abadide rightly pointed out, the strikers were lethargic.
Do you have our goalkeeper?
Well, look.
He saved us. They could have beaten us 3-0.
He could have been more
blank shots.
Look, Maduka Okoye had his bad moment. It was a very embarrassing moment for him to have conceded that goal. But I wouldn't bring out all the stakes to the young man. It happens in football. But the strikers had the responsibility to respond. The goal was scored quite early in the second half, maybe in the 47th or 48th minutes. So we had about 39 minutes to bring back the game. And we had the chances. Moses Simon saw a cross that came in. And have chance. You still want to control.
Well, he should have volleyed it into the net.
They were almost facing the net. So there were some times where their decision making was poor. And I hope Joseph Pissarro is going to take over, because Eguavoin has announced is stepping back into the technical director role. Joseph Cicero has a responsibility of inspiring confidence, inspiring discipline in this team, and letting them know that football has gone from this recreational style of football. I think the Super Eagles are still playing this recreational style of football at what we call set, that we play in local balance. You need to understand that football is business. Every second counts, and every move you make, like Babajide already pointed out, every movement of the ball matters at every point in time. You can't be affording to lose possession at any point in time. You can't afford to be losing chances and expect another one is going to come.
Even the last match that we won, if you see how many chances we wasted, that attack. So I've been worried. If you watched issues with Jide on Saturday, I was really worried about this match. And I was saying, the way we play, the day we meet a team that is more mature than the ones that we had played. Because, in my view, probably we played Egypt on a bad day. Egypt, yes, Africa's most successful at this level. But it may well have been their bad day, because we were really flattered by our performance. Honestly. And it got into our heads. All the politicians, everybody, they were calling the players, they were promising them money. We need to stop this nonsense of promising players money before a game. The big football nations don't do it. When they finish winning, you can give them gifts.
You can appreciate them.
You can appreciate them, give them
trying
gifts.
to induce them.
West Ham said it that the moment we qualify for the second round of the World Cup, that the players could not sleep again. People jam-pack their hotel, all kinds of promises and all that. Players, when they have a big match, they need to rest and focus on the game.
Okay, I have Stanley. Thank you for joining us. Hello.
Ayo.
Yes.
I commend you for your analysis.
Thank you.
Honestly, I'm not happy we crashed out of the competition. I think our boys are not good enough. They will say they've done their best. My namesake gave the goal to them, the keeper, Okoye.
Okay.
If you are to ask someone like
we have to go. Thank you. We have to go. Walk up.
I think it was even like he was caught flat-footed, as if he was not ready. because he had positioned like somebody wanted to take a back pass.
Emmanuel Akinduwa.
Well, we have to go. Disappointment will still continue for a while, but of course, we need to brace up and approach the World Cup qualifiers, which were the playoffs rather, which we hold in March, and we are playing our fiercest rivals.
Ghana does not need to play well to beat Nigeria.
And that's where it gets tricky, because Ghana also had a disappointing tournament.
All right.
So a whole lot is at stake there.
And that's our offering today. Join us on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for Journalist Hangout on Sunday. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I'm Ayodele Ibrahim. Bye for now.